Yes, yes, yes. It's the Raphie Dawkins with the Combat Radio. And today we look at the developing situation. Dubois v. Joyce, Battle of Britain in doubt as the British Boxing Board of Control cancel all boxing due to coronavirus. And that decision won't be reviewed until April. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at this developing situation. Okay, so as you can see, this is minutes ago. The British boxing has been KO'd finally by the coronavirus. Without a global governing body, boxing has been able to set its own agenda and outlast most other mainstream sports. The coronavirus has kiboshed. But now, it is hit. Coronavirus has hit. There was dozens of small hall and televised shows planned for the next 12 weeks. But with the British Boxing Board of Control stepping in to halt the schedule until April, after Boris Johnson's speech on Monday evening, a statement from the British Boxing Board of Control Secretary Robert Smith said, with regard to the above, and the statement made by the Prime Minister Boris Johnson, all public tournaments under the jurisdiction of the British Boxing Board of Control are unfortunately cancelled. Further consideration of the matter will take place at the beginning of April. Damn. So boxing's off in the UK until April. Matchroom boxing boss Eddie Hearn, who had an O2 show planned for March the 28th, is open to the idea of holding some of his smaller events behind closed doors to keep fighters and broadcasters happy. But he has ruled out heavyweight stars Dillian Whyte, May the 2nd, Derek Chisora, May 23rd, and Anthony Joshua, June 20th, staging their fights without fans. So those fights still are unaffected. Dillian Whyte versus Povetkin, as yet unaffected. Derek Chisora versus Alexander Usyk of Ukraine, still unaffected. Anthony Joshua versus the Bulgarian Pulev Kubrat, still as yet unaffected. But that's May. Those are May dates. The decision is being reviewed in April. Cutting it close. Cutting it real close. Okay. Frank Warren, who has a huge fight between Daniel Dubois and Joe Joyce planned for April 11th, will now be hoping the pandemic is handled quickly, enough to allow his BT Sports PPV to take place. The British Boxing Board of Control have been extremely diligent with their handling of the sport in the UK, allowing last weekend's nationwide action to go ahead after extensive talks with the government. Okay, so that is the word, that's the news, that's what's going down. Let's have a look. Damn, all these damn pop-ups keep popping up. What's this here? Damn, what else we got? Eddie Hearn is bracing himself to lose around £250,000. That's like about $300,000, if my calculations are correct. If coronavirus KOs his boxing schedule. The globe-trotting Matchroom boss has already lost a wedge after 2 Italy shows were cancelled. And he's sweating on 5 major UK shows already planned for 2020. Damn. Josh Kelly's headline O2. Josh Kelly headlined the O2 On March 28th, Geordie Lewis Ritson tops an April 4 card in Newcastle. Dillian White visits Manchester on May the 2nd, and Derek Chisora is back in action in the O2, or at the O2, on May 23rd. Damn. Coronavirus is hitting hard. Hitting very, very hard. We'll have to keep our fingers crossed. Keep your fingers crossed and keep your hands washed. Let's hope this thing does not or abates. What is that? Australian GP, Chinese GP, Formula 1, Bahrain GP, Vietnam GP. Didn't even know they had a GP in Vietnam. Damn, I haven't watched F1 in a couple of years. But there you have it. That's the news about the corona, whatever you call it, virus. So what say you? It's the Raphie Dawkins. It's the Combat Radio. It's the like, it's the subscribe, it's the comments, it's the shares. And it is the hitting that bell icon to stay updated with news and notifications. So, I don't know if I made a mistake earlier on, but I don't know if I said this fight here was cancelled. Not yet. Not yet. Still on. Not cancelled yet. All the shows in April, from now till April, to the beginning of April, are now cancelled. The review will take place in April. So let's keep our fingers crossed. This thing abates ASAP. But in the meantime, it's the Raphie Dawkins. It's the Combat Radio. And remember, Dubois v. Joyce takes place on April the 11th. So let's hope the pandemic eases off, goes away before then. It's the Raphie Dawkins Combat Radio. It's the like, it's the subscribe, it's the comment, it's the shares. And it is the hitting that bell icon to stay updated with news and notifications. And don't forget about the live show. Mondays and Wednesdays, 10 p.m. UK time. It's Raphie Dawkins. I'm out.